Okay, I think we're live. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're live. I hope we're live. I'll have to check. Let's move our way over to the trailer. Um, all right, let's go like this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, because I can't see the screen if I do that. So turn it around. There. Hello, everybody who has gotten a notification. Let's see. Let's move over so we're straight to the trailer. You guys can. Ooh, that's nicely lit up, isn't it? Okay, so Kaylee, I was doing a little bit with her, and I'll show you guys. Can you guys hear me? Is everything going well? Let me just double check. Maureen and Abia, hello. If it sounds good, let me know. I think everything's connected properly. Yep, good. Okay, so I don't have to mess around. She's amazing. I was just doing some stuff, and I thought, well, you know, this might be a good opportunity to show, you know, some steps that you can take if you have trouble getting your horse in a trailer. There's plenty of videos out there where people take butt ropes and they get rakes or wiffle bats or any of that garbage to load a horse on. But in reality, you should be able to lead them on. Obviously, that would be really nice, or just have them kind of go on. But it shouldn't require more than one person if you get some good practice in. It doesn't mean that, you know, there aren't cases for having to go to, not necessarily an extreme, but have to use other tools or more people or something. But generally that stuff doesn't work for the long term whatsoever. And so this is more what I'm trying to say is techniques used that will maintain for a long time. And instead of making something somewhat or very much more scary than going into the trailer, you're more trying to work with them as best as you can. And so, so a quick story about her. She's here for, this is Kaylee. She's here for a month or so to be ridden and worked with and all kinds of stuff. And but one of the things that I wanted to make sure she was really good with was trailering. She doesn't have a lot of experience, but she's had a lot of good experiences and the minimal experiences she's got. But it did take us about, oh, I don't know, an hour or so to load her to get her here. It's scary leaving your mates in the herd. And so there's no, to no fault of her own, really. It's normal. It's totally normal. But there should be a level of understanding so that to leave isn't the end of the world, even though horses live in the moment. What she just really needs is a lot more experience going in and out. And when asked to do something, to please not come up and not, you know, rear up and not pull the head up and all kinds of things like that, where you just say, don't worry, just come with me, everything will be fine. That type of mentality can travel further in their lives than momentary fear. Not that that isn't a tool to, you know, wave a flag or something like that to get a horse to go, but you want to travel beyond that with the work that you want to do with them. It sticks better is what I would call it. I always do things with horses and I wonder if it sticks. And if it sticks, that means that it carries on for the rest of their time. So when we first came in here, she was a little bit worried of the trailer. So I'll show you what I might do with a horse that might be a little worried about even hanging around a trailer. I had this question come up. I know you're curious and kind of bored. We should get on with this. What do you do if a horse doesn't want to go near a trailer? And look at Duke. What's he doing? Is he stuck? He's got his head through the fence. What a goof. Anyhow, should I show you guys really quickly? Oh, yeah, you might not be able to see. He's got his head all the way through the fence. Look at him. Eating the weeds. All right, moving on. Whoa, zoom out. Does that work? I don't know if I'm zoomed all the way out. I think, yes I am. Okay. So, let's do that first. So I'm just going to, come with me. Good girl. Now, she's not a big fan of the plastic bag stuff yet. We're framed up okay. All right, so she's not the biggest fan of this. You'll see, well, she's better now. But I've spent about a week just trying to get her to not freak out when this thing's around her. But she does get a little bit sideways. So let's see if she'll, oh, don't come to me. Okay, come on around. Let's get in frame. So this is what I might do with a horse that is a little bit worried to go near a trailer. Now, she's not worried about being around a trailer anymore. So this is probably a demonstration that I should have taken video earlier, but it's just working away. So let's try the other eye. But if I had, come on, if I was going to have any trouble right here, they would either push me over, a horse would push me over or snug into me. And you got to send them away a little bit better. So there's a couple ways to do that. You can kind of bug them on their body here, or you can sort of push the eye without running the camera over. So I'm going to kind of push the eye out. So that's a little bit further away from me. I'm happier with that. I'm going to have her come around. I'm going to push the eye. Does that make any sense to you guys? I hope so. And then sort of travel at the butt of it. And this is a handy tool. I mean, I know it's kind of ghetto, and a lot of people actually use these ghetto things rather than buying something that costs 50 bucks with a piece of fabric on it and it's still the same stick. Really handy. Makes noise. Still freaks horses out, you know. So we don't want that. We're not looking for him to freak out. There, she stood still. I'll pet her. Good girl. So you just keep working at it. So what are we, a week into using this thing? And she's I pick it up at the beginning of every training session and she still looks at it pretty sideways, sometimes runs around a little. But at the end, we're pretty good. And you should be able to indiscriminately sort of just wave this around like you're trying to hit a fly or something. So, tool in the toolbox. Good girl. I know, it's a bit scary. It's a big deal. Now, that's what I would do. I would just work the horse around the trailer and make sure that they're cool with that. I don't need this for now, for what I want to do next. So, I can see that I can push her towards the trailer. I can get her out of my space, which is the most important. You need to make sure they're not going to snuggle up or just straight run you over. I know, it was a big deal, eh? All right. Now I want to get on the trailer. So there's two ways that we work on getting horses in trailers. One is to lead them on. You go in there and they're supposed to come with you. The other way is to drive them on. You guys, if you've watched the one that I did with Duke, just jumps on no matter what. But Duke had to get, I wanted to drive him on. Hello. I know, do you feel okay? You all right? Big deal with a plastic bag. So I'm going to work today, and we'll see how far we get. I might be able to drive her on as well, but I'm going to work on leading her in very reliably and leading her out very reliably. It's very, very important. Things that I'm looking for is a lack of hesitation. So as I walk, she walks, no different than I'm leading around and doing my own thing in the arena. She should just follow along, and she does. She's actually very, very good at leading and very, very good at driving now. Her groundwork is fantastic. Very smart horse. So I'm going to see if she'll follow me on, and I'm hoping she just will. Okay, so we have a bit of hesitation and her head is up. So I'm just going to get kind of quiet. Good girl. I'll pet her. Right on the nose, just real quick. Now, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on these types of horses that go up because they'll bang their head. Oh, she saved it. Come on. It's okay. Come here. Whoa. Good girl. So she's worried. Head's going to go up. If their head goes up too high, they'll smash their head on the top. So you never put pressure if you can. You can just wiggle a little or bump a little. So I'm just going to pull with about 2 pounds of pressure. It's minimal. They can feel that. If you can feel it in your fingers, they can feel it on their head. So it's not bad. Oh, she saved it. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Really going to just sort of bring my own energy down in this regard. She's got a fly on her that's distracting her, as you can see. Doesn't hurt to fly spray your horses, but unfortunately she doesn't fly spray yet. I haven't got to that reliably. Good girl. See, she takes little steps. I just pet her, rub her eyes, rub her ears a little bit. Just let her know it's okay to come on in. This is the best place ever. Come hang out with me. So I'm just putting 2 pounds of pressure on the line. If she starts to go up, I actually bring my hand up a little bit with her. And when she comes down, I bring my hand back down. I'll just ask her on. Oh, wait there. Whoa, save it. Oh, she didn't save it. So I'll say, that's okay. You don't have to be afraid. You can come on back up. Okay, so give her a second to sniff. And we're really just sort of trying to feel what on earth is going through their mind. And she made that step herself. I wasn't asking, but she knows I want her in there. Just wait. Come on, big girl. Good girl. She's almost there. Almost. Now, a lot of times, you can sort of swing a rope a little and drive them in a little bit more. I'm going to ask her to save it. She won't, but I don't want her going up. You could swing your rope a little and give a little bit of extra pressure to come on up, and sometimes that'll work. But for now, I'm just asking, just follow the lead rope, please. What are you doing? You guys can't hear, but there's a squirrel fighting out there somewhere. So noisy. So I'm just waiting. There's nothing wrong with teaching your horse that you'll be patient with them. I'm going to back up a little and see if she'll kind of lead in with me. Some horses won't. When you do this, you get her further away. They figure that this is a good opportunity to go backwards. But I'm hoping she'll just want to be with me. Good girl. Pet her. Pet her right there. Say, it's okay. You can be with me. It's a fun place to be in the trailer. We can play games. We can just scratch ears. Hey, we can scratch noses. Say, come on up. All the way over here. Look, there's even some food in here. Oh, that's a good girl. Caught your foot on the mat a little. So then she's up. So here is where we hope that they'll just hang out. And so if you know a good scratchy spot on them, go ahead and start scratching. Some spot that they really like, shoulders, withers. Just say, this is the place where all of the scratches happen. Scritchy scratch, scritchy scratch. You guys know how I go about that. You want them to feel like this is a nice, safe, comfortable, happy place to be. Now she's kind of putting her nose to me a little bit there, so I'm just going to check in with her and say, it's all right, you can go eat. And I can't really stress this stuff enough. Because I mean, I get it that there's a time and a place sometimes when you want to pressure them on, but for true lasting training comes from this stuff. Where there isn't that fear of something. And like I said, there's a time and place for each tool. But for trailer training, because usually they're scared to get in trailers, it's a weird place to be. And so we'll just do that. Now I'm going to back her up a step because I want her to move a little bit. She looks a little stuck. There, one more step. Move the back left, move the back right. Good. Okay, now pick her up forward. So we're just doing basic groundwork. Now she's stumbling forward a little bit, so I'm going to go backwards. I want it to be smooth. So your back legs are stuck. Back left, back right, and forward. Oh, that's better. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the microphone, but there's less stomping that happens. And you want to pay attention to that. You don't want them heavy on the front end or back end of their body. So I'll back her up. Back right. Come on. Good girl. Back left. Good girl. Now forward. Come on. So I'll drive her forward here because you can't pull them. You got to drive them. So I'll drive just another step. I need those back feet to move. Perfect. Perfect. So now you're just doing little groundwork. And this stuff you can practice in your paddock or shelter or anything. Because remember, a trailer is only what? 8 feet wide. And this one I think is about, in total, 18 feet long. But we're not working in that much space. We're working in maybe 10, 12 feet. I know, you're a big girl. You can eat if you want to. It's okay. Check in with them when they're checking in with you. And they're bringing their nose over to get some kind of reassurance. It's okay to give them a little pet with the back of your hand or the front if you're really brave. Okay, so we want to give her a little trouble here. Just pat her lightly. See if she flinches. She's still eating. She doesn't really care. Okay. I'm going to touch her nose briefly, and I'm just going to step away a little. I want her to, oh, so she wants to follow. So you'll set her feet back. Say, can you put that foot back there? Just give it a little bumpy bump with the rope. Stay there. So she's a little worried I'm going to leave her. And that's good. So this gives us something to work with. So I'll just ask her to stay. I'm going to put my hand out and block the eye. No different than when we were doing our groundwork. We're just blocking the eye. So we block the eye, we push the eye. Say, it's okay, you be over there. Pet her on the nose, block the eye, wait till she eats. Take a deep breath. Find a calm place to be. And when she chills out, I'm going to lead her out. She's not there yet. I know, you're a good girl. Go ahead, have a little bit of food. I'll block the eye. Block the eye, push the eye. Push the eye. I need the head to go back. I don't need her asking to come out. I'll let her know when I'm ready. So we don't want horses asking to come out of a trailer. I mean, we don't want them telling. They can ask and you can be aware of it. But so she's pretty chill. I'm going to step over and around. I'm going to pat her butt and stop her there. Good girl. Very good. Now for real keener wieners, I'd actually turn her back around again and put her back in. But I think we're just going to wait at the corner here. And she's asking. She says, hey, how about now? Nope, back up. So here we're just doing our basic groundwork again. We want smooth movement. And as it's been termed, that I read it and learned it, and, was that we want them to be like a marble on a piece of glass. Just nice forward and backwards motion. So I ask her back. I want the back right foot moving. Back right. Come on. Not yet. There. Now it moved. I'll let her be. Let her stand there. She's snuggling up. It's normal. But stop. Stop bugging me. Stay over there and just look around or something. It's a beautiful place. What's Duke doing? Looks like nothing now. Don't let your horses get their nose on the other side of you. They'll just push you out. So we wait. Say, don't worry. I'm going to leave first. I'm going to ask her to stay. Good girl. Stay up. I'll block her. Block the eyes. Pet her. I'm going to ask her out by driving, not leading. She might have a little jump. Or not. Good girl. That's good practice right there. Getting out slowly, not leaping out. Because I would correct that if she did do it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, if she jumped out and tried to zip around or something like that, I'd work on getting her back in and just coming out really slowly. And this quiet work can go so far. Let's try again. Because we want this reliable, right? We want to be able to get in and out without any trouble. Let's see if she comes in smooth. I'm not looking at her. I'm waiting with my hands. She says, I don't know. I think she's gonna make it. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, come on, girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on. She's not. She will. Will she make it? I don't know. She might. Can you make it? You were just in here. Come on. Up. So 2 to 3 pounds of pressure. Just say, come on up with me. Come on. Good girl. Up, up. Oh, you were so close. Give him reassurance. Pet him. Say it's okay. You can come up. Come on. Get your coordination figured out. Now, we can't be too critical of them getting up in a trailer. It's not that easy. They'll bump their legs on it and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable. So she's got to have a think. I've got a couple pounds of pressure. I'm just asking. She says, I don't think I can save it. All right. Pet her. Say, that's a good try. Don't you sweat it. We'll get you up here. Okay, we ask again. Come on. I don't know why horses feel like they have to stomp their way in. But that's the way it goes. It's common. I'm going to step out of her way just a little. Maybe she's wondering if she has enough space. I don't know. I'm just asking, a couple pounds of pressure. She knows what I want. Just wait. She won't want to stand there for that long. It's boring. Good girl. Come on. Oh, almost. It's got to be reliable. She's almost there. She's all tucked in on her back. So I'm just going to step over this way a little more towards the food. And a couple of pounds of pressure. And then with that, I give a little jiggle on the rope to say, don't get dull. I really need you to come forward. She looks a little stuck. I might need to back her up, but we'll see what happens. I'll just give this another 30 seconds or so. She looks a little weird. I don't know if she'll make it. She's just looking at me. I'm going to hold pressure and pet her on the nose and the eyes. And she's pretty soft. I think I need to back her up. Okay, so I gave that about 30 seconds. I'm going to back her up. Say, hey, you look a little tucked in under yourself. It doesn't look healthy for getting in a trailer. Okay, we're back to a couple pounds. Come on, big girl. Good girl. Up. Very good. Good. Pet her, scratch her. Tell her she's a good girl or a good boy, whatever you got working with you, trailer working. See, this is the best place ever. Now she's going to make her way forward by herself now. So now that she's on here, I'm going to put my rope over top of her back because this is what I would do when I'm about to lock them in anyways. I'm going to come over to her back end and rub her. Because remember, that's what I was doing when I was going to leave. I touch her. You touch them. You let them know you're here. I mean, obviously they know you're here, but there's something to be said for touch. Petting and niceness and rubbing and all kinds of stuff. Now she's a little awkwardly stepped. I'd like her to come forward a smidge. Whoop, not into me. So I'm going to just ask her over, putting a little pressure, and then I'll ask her forward, and maybe I'll bug her in the back end and see if she'll move over like she does on the ground. So I'm just poking her. If she doesn't move her back end, then I'll back her up. Back left, back right. Come on, both feet need to move. Good girl. Now I'll lead her back up and shape her. Fix my rope, scratch, rub, tell her she's a big girl, that kind of stuff. This type of trailer training, in my opinion, really lasts. And if the groundwork is solid that you guys do, where you're moving them and you're shaping them around you, then there's a lot less chance. See how much space I have around me. I'm still able to maintain my safety circle quite well because she's respectful of that. She's had a lot of teaching. So I'm slowly leaving her. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if she tries to come out, I'll just block the eye with my left hand. So I'm just going to go a little bit further. I'll touch her here. She feels like she needs it. I don't know why. Maybe that's just my instinct of something. And then I'll just wait. It's pretty good. It's better than she's ever done, to be honest. You guys are witnessing the first time. For her, doesn't hurt to have some food in here. Trailer training, always bring food. It could be a nice place for horses. I mean, if somebody said, can you please go in this closet, and by the way, there's a steak dinner in there, if you like steak, he'd probably go. Maybe. Not sure if I should do this, but I feel good about this, so I'm going to give this a try. Huh. Okay, I'm just going to bump her over a little. If she tries to push back, then I have to be ready to push on this. There, she isn't. She had a little think about it. She says, it's kind of scary. I better have a poop. So while she's doing that, she's not thinking about moving. Block the eye, block the eye, block the eye. There, good girl. I'll come back. See, there, good girl. Well, I really stretched that one. Okay, keep eating. Block the eye. There. Block the eye. Now, I'm not going to do the gate this time. I am going to leave her, but I'm not going to do the gate. But I want her to stay, so I'm going to block the eye. She says, I hate flies. I hate flies too. We should work on fly spray today. Still just blocking the eye. And push on it a little to put her head back. We'll block to stop her. Push on it a little to put her back. Pet her. Tell her she's a good girl. Good girl. Stay there. You can use words like stay or back or over or whatever. And she'd like to come out. And she's awfully loud about it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Her head's up and down and up and down. So maybe I better stick close to her a little bit. Pet her. There, she moved her own foot. It's actually what I wanted. So it's good. And we'll wait. And just wait. Good. Good girl. Now I'm sort of stretching her patience a little. I'm just going to wait till I feel something kind of good. Maybe she takes another bite of food or something. And then we'll come out. Because she needs to know that I'm listening. Hey, go back. Good girl. Okay, so I want her forward because she's kind of coming. So I'm just going to bump her up with the rope because I can't get in that corner without putting myself at risk, which I don't want. Block her, block, block, block. She'd really like to come out, but I just have to wait just a second more here. So she's making a little headway backwards, so I've got to ask her to come forward. I need her to keep thinking. It's okay. Because sometimes you're in it. You're really in it like this a little bit, and you think, what do I do? Well, you just stick with it. Stay calm. Breathe. Push her back. I'm really going to ask her over. Say, that's enough of that. You're fine. Scratch her. All right, go back to scratching. You've got that tool. She's taking a deep breath. It feels good. Now wait. I just have to wait a little. You might be thinking, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting for her to take another nibble. She almost did it. Keep scratching. Lead her up. Shuffle back and forth a little. That's a good thing. Scratch her. Wait. Patience. Lots of patience. Trailer loading training is a real patient game. She's eating. I'm going to step away. Stop her. Wait there. Hey, no, don't stop. She's a pretty gentle horse, so I don't get too worried about her, but ideally, stop, off of me. off of me. No more. Ideally, you won't have a horse that keeps on bugging you with their nose and stuff. Back her up. So I'm not ready yet. I don't know. Pet her. Back her up. So I didn't say go forward yet. Now she's going backwards really nicely. She's a little worried. She'd like to come out. Go on the other side. I'm going to move her front end over. It doesn't feel comfortable for me to have her that close, and then back her up. Now she's over there more. Maintain your safety circle. In trailers, it can be more dangerous than ever. Somebody's here. Oh, it's David. Okay, so let's lead her out. Stay. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Now I'm going to drive back. Back up. Good girl. Lead her out, or drive her out, sorry. That's nice. Have her bring her butt end. Done. Good. So hopefully that makes sense. And I would call that done for now, and I'll come back to it maybe about half an hour or so and see if I can get it again. But to continue doing this, I might end up sort of stretching her a little bit much. And I've got the time for it. And I'll probably leave this here, and if she wants to hop back up and eat, then she can. But hopefully it helps you guys. I thought I'd quickly put that out. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I'll tell you what, I'll let her go. And I'll answer any questions you guys have, if you have any. Okay, you good? Good girl. Look at how good she is. Stay with me. Good. All right, you're free. I don't know if she'll leave. Looking at her in the screen. No, she won't leave. Oh, she's coming with me. Hi, you don't have a lead rope on. You can go do whatever you want. Such a good horse, right? I'll put the rope down. I have no rope in my hand either. I'll pet her. I turn away, essentially, should be a clue to the horse that a rubber, that they can go. So, okay, let's flip the camera around so you guys don't have to stare at me staring at the screen. I'm just going to come over here a little and see if you guys have any questions. All right, let's see here. I'll start from the top. Hello, Martine. 6:30 p.m. Yeah, I try to get the Europeans' time zone in mind. Hi, Twinkie. Hello, Alice. Are the open top trailers easier? Seems like they would be. I don't know what an open top trailer is. What does that mean? Like there's no roof on it? She's gone, sorry. She's gone over to the other side. Hello, Sue. Offering of a treat help her get in. I think that treats have a time and a place for sure. To each his own. I don't tend to use treats unless I really, really need to get them on in a situation where they got to leave somewhere. I've got to get something going. I don't know where she's gone. Oh, she's drinking water. And as such, I might use some apples or something like that, but it doesn't last. Treats don't last for trailers. Having food on there and being supportive and reassuring and stuff and having positive, really good groundwork goes further. So yes, it's an option. I don't find that it lasts, but it might work to get to the stuff that, you know, use it as you think it would work, you know, so. But she's got food in there, so I consider that a treat in and of itself. Yeah, she's not huge, but she definitely takes up more space for sure. Hello, Madison. To get off backwards, it's true. Yes, getting off backwards for horses is difficult, and you have to be really patient and allow them to look around their body to see where their back feet are going to go. So today we just work on turning her around and bringing her back out. She has backed out once, but Today I want to work on her turning around and coming out slowly, stuff like that. That's just my goal today. How old is she? She's 6. Yeah, she's very smooth. I had a horse named Marble. Perfect. Stomps it to see if it's a stable platform to step on. Yeah, it's true. No different than going in water, maybe, where they go and sort of splash the water to make sure there's no hole in the ground or something. Yeah, so she hasn't had a lot of experience. Martine, you say she's horses tend to jump out of the trailer. So for her, she's not had a lot of experience with trailers, but she's had a lot of good experiences at the minimal amount of experience that she has had. So that's a bonus. So set up to succeed. Angie from Ohio, hello. But would a ramp be so much easier for them to load onto? I don't think it makes a difference. I think step-ups or ramps are just fine, either one. That's more of a personal preference. Some people find that maybe they're easier. I don't know. I've never really had trouble with ramps or step-ups. In fact, I've had horses that have a little bit of trouble with ramps and they go off one side of it and then they have to step up over the side of the ramp. And yeah, I prefer step-ups personally. Trailer training looks dangerous, being a small area to be in together. Exactly. Trailer training is dangerous. But it becomes a lot less dangerous if you're solid with your groundwork, if you're solid with them respecting your space, if you're solid with them, doing small movements, which I always practice going backwards and forwards just a little bit. And you can tell if they're worried because they'll stomp their way through that exercise. If not, they'll move smoothly. Most horses are kept in small stalls. We're a Stone Age country. Eating reassures her a little bit. It's true. Horses don't take a lot of safety from food. They like to have food, but it doesn't give them, from my understanding, it doesn't give them a feeling of safety. Of that they're not going to die. It just means there's food there. In fact, many places that have food or water are usually the one places where they'll be killed. So she's a very good horse, Alice. Yes, thank you. She is very sweet. Yes, even when leaving the trailer, she wants to stick close. Penny, no, David's not here to work on the new stall. I wish. Be working on it later today to build the pony wall and go from there. So we still have a little bit more concrete work to do. Trailers that are not totally closed on top. I've not seen one of those around here. We don't have any that don't have roofs on them somewhere fully. So that's an interesting thing. Would it be easier for a horse to get on one of those? Maybe, yeah. Good question. Yeah, I just don't know. The audio is bad? Oh, sorry, Mama Swag. I thought it was good. Anybody else having trouble with audio? What was I going to say? Yeah, so I don't know if having a roof or no roof on a trailer is any good or bad. I mean, outside of that, they wouldn't hit their head if they go up. But if they're going up, if their head is going up anyways, then you shouldn't be loading them. We want them to not raise their head up. We want them to stay chill, bring their head down, come on normally, walk like you're walking normally. So if they're raising their head as it is, then, they definitely need more reassurance, care to get them on. So anyways, that concludes today's trailer training. She's done very well. I'm extremely happy with how well she did. A good little listener. Very good at sticking with me and trusting, which is no surprise. She's been raised very, very well. She's just straight set up for success in so many ways. She just has to get through these things like the plastic bag and trailer, and of course riding is coming up soon. Angie, I purchased a small stock trailer without a divider. I've loaded my horse, but we have not gone for a ride. Can a horse balance okay without the divider? Yes, they can. What you want to do is not tie them. Ideally, and maybe it's a personal preference. So here we go. Here's just my personal opinion on it. I'd say don't tie them. And then a lot of times they found that horses will actually just straight turn around and they'll put their butt towards the front of the trailer. So a little bit of ability to move, and keep your turns and your stops and goes steady. So dividers do help though. They sort of allow them to lean against stuff. If it's an angle haul, then they're a little bit different than a straight haul. But if it's an open space, it makes no difference. They'll find a way to balance. Horses are actually very good at that. So, okay, that's it for now, guys. Looks like questions are up. I'm happy with that. I hope you guys are happy with that. I was looking at the screen. And that's about it. So I'll see you guys again later tomorrow, probably. Thanks for coming in and watching some trailer training. It's been fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No. Oh, another thing that you could do is make sure the trailer's kind of bright and stuff like that. So I opened up all the windows, and if it's hot, obviously that helps too. But the brighter, the better. You know, get them set up and then work from there. So, okay, guys, everybody have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, sleep, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm gonna go have a coffee. So I'll see you guys again soon.